Sports City, Chefs, Sports City, Chefs. Yeah. Cavi, Taj.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sirius with Sports City Chefs, an affiliate of SportCityChefs.com. It's such a privilege to be here with you guys on another episode of Finger Food, one of the plethora of different dishes that we bring here on the network. Before we get started, I definitely wanted to encourage everybody who is not currently following us across our social media platforms to do just that. We're here on YouTube. You can hit that bell as soon as we post, should be notified, and you won't miss a single episode or anything that we post here on YouTube. We are also on Facebook, we are on Twitter, and we are also on Instagram. So definitely give us a follow if you like the content that you hear on a regular basis. Consider becoming a subscriber. It's free of charge. We're not taking any credit card or anything like that. Just rock with us. I need to go ahead and set a disclaimer here before we get cracking. These opinions are nobody's but my own. The rest of the chefs do not share these sentiments. The NFL does not share these sentiments. Neither do the Las Vegas Raiders or the Pittsburgh Steelers. But those of you guys who know me and have rocked with me for a long period of time know I pull no punches. I spare no feelings, and I really do just call it exactly how I see it. With that being said, as a Steelers fan, I am disgusted at what I saw yesterday at Heinz Field. The offense was anemic, and that's me putting it lightly. We couldn't run the ball at all. Najee Harris had 10 carries for 38. We ran the ball as a team collectively a total of 15 times. We had 39 yards rushing. We averaged about 2.5 yards a touch. That's not going to get it done. I don't care what type of excuse you bring in front of me. That's not going to get it done. Big Ben had himself a yet another pedestrian day throwing the rock. I understand there was some miscommunication on the interception that he threw. Deontay Johnson and him weren't on the same page. That happens with receivers and quarterbacks. You know what? I'll give you a slap on the wrist there. But to have Ben Roethlisberger throwing the football 40 times is unacceptable, in my opinion. It's really unacceptable. And again, if you listen to what I said last week about my offensive line, I'm echoing that louder now. I understand, gentlemen, that, again, there are growing pains associated with making the transition from the collegiate level to the pro level. I understand that. But we ran the football 14 times. 14 times. That's just not going to cut it, regardless of what the situation is. Here's the thing. We want to sit back and do play action and, stretch the ball down the field and do all this fancy stuff. Ain't nobody biting on no play action. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's even blinking when Ben Roethlisberger sticks that ball out there to fake like he's going to hand it to a running back to throw. Nobody's buying that. In a span of 2 games, we ran the football maybe 25 times in a span of 2 games. That's not going to get it done. Defensively, I was somewhat okay. Bud Dupree, not Bud Dupree, but TJ Watt went down with a groin. Robert Spillane led the way, honestly, for us. Had 12 tackles was just being a menace, running around the field, making plays. I salute him for his efforts. Joe Schobert got put in some significant situations, matched up on tight ends and receivers, and Derek Carr really took advantage of that. With that being said, he, when he was able to come downhill and make tackles, he did his job. I salute him for that. Everything else, honestly, for me, was below the line. Our secondary was getting torched like the Olympics. It was getting torched. Minka Fitzpatrick, you my guy. I love you. I'm trying to understand why on God's green earth did you come down on that third and medium, third and long play and leave a not as skilled defensive back on an island to cover one of the fastest guys in the league. I don't get it. Situational football. You know what I'm saying? We preach that. Situational football. Up until that point, the Raiders only ran the ball about 14, 15 times. Up until that point. And it was third and long. Not understanding why you felt the need to come down into that into that area, exposing the top of the defense. I'm not understanding that at all. Mike Tomlin and my coaching staff, we were outcoached by Coach Gruden. We were outplayed. We were out hit. We just figured they would just roll in there and just lay down and give us a game. I'm not even too sure you guys understand the history of this Raiders-Steelers matchup. We do not play well versus them for some god-awful reason. It doesn't matter what the records are. It doesn't matter where we're at. We do not play well versus Oakland. And yesterday was another example of us playing like total dog crap and losing a game which, in my opinion, we were really never in to begin with. We don't come out. We don't come out in the first quarter and look good. We don't come out in the second quarter and look good. We just haven't. We haven't scored in the past year and a half. We haven't scored a first drive touchdown. Now, again, I understand it's a 60-minute game. Adjustments are made, yada, 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 this, that, and the third. But for once, can we come off the bus ready to play ball? For once. How about that? I said this in my last installment. If you close your eyes and hit copy and paste, what we're looking at currently in 2021 is the exact replica of what we saw in 2020 and 2020. Ironically, we had a coordinator change. Randy Fichtner is not a coordinator. Canada's our coordinator now, and yet we're still behaving and operating with the same concept. Unacceptable. It was unacceptable. Coach Tomlin, I got to have some words with you, sir, so you don't mind pulling up for a second. 4th and 1, and we don't go for it there. By some stroke of football luck, we find ourselves in a position where we're able to get ourselves back in the ball game. The offense, by some stroke of luck at that particular moment, is moving the football. The least you could have done, my guy, is draw him off sides. Or attempt to draw him off sides. Pump fake to run a play. Do something. You talk about not living in the shadow of your fears and overcoming adversity and being aggressive to win. These are all cliches that you use and that you preach. And we as Steelers fans buy into that. Because, quite frankly, you have shown some brass in times past. Where was that yesterday? At that moment. Where was that? I'm disgusted. I'm furious. I'm not ready to see the Cincinnati Bengals, quite frankly. I'm not ready for that. Because let's keep it a buck here. If we had a problem containing Henry Ruggs, who went for five receptions for 113 yards, if we had the trouble keeping the lid on it, Coach Tomlin, against this bunch, what do you think is going to happen on Sunday when the Cincinnati Bengals show up with nothing but straight burners? Jamar Chase, burner. Tyler Boyd, burner. T. Higgins, burner. And we had a trouble keeping the lid on it against the Las Vegas Raiders. The last time we saw the Cincinnati Bengals, we lost. And they didn't even have Joe Burrow. I don't understand why we can't get this stuff together. And then Coach Tomlin, the game is over. There is no shot in us winning this ball game. 5 seconds are left, and you throw a drag route to Deontay Johnson, who subsequently got himself hurt on the play. The extent of the injury we have yet to be told about. He's listed as day-to-day. So there is a distinct possibility that he might not go Sunday. Or if he goes, he won't be 100% because of why? What do you have to gain? Why would you put us in that type of position? Again, salute to the Las Vegas Raiders. The better team won. We have some work to do. I understand that we are in a marathon and not a sprint. So there is still significant time for us to right the ship and get to where we ultimately want to go. Everything that we want out of the season is in front of us. Everybody in the division is 1-1 as I currently sit here today. So we can still, take the North. We can still make a significant playoff push and all that sort of stuff. And I'm encouraged by that. But if I look at what I've seen the past 2 games, we better fix it and quickly. We have the hardest schedule in the league this year. There are no layups. We play, in my opinion, in the toughest division in the league. There are no layups. So we have to come off the bus ready to go. With that being said, I thank you guys for listening to my little talk here, my little rant. Once again, consider giving us a follow. We love doing this, and myself and the rest of the chefs here are very appreciative of this opportunity. Check us out on tomorrow. We have several shows coming down the pike. With that being said, I wish you all the best. Good luck. God bless. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Sports City, Chefs, Sports City, Chefs. Yeah. Cabby, Taj.